totally kind of took me by surprise. But just like a day or two before I came back from vacation, Nintendo announced that they would be doing a Nintendo Direct Mini, which again took me by surprise. I don't know. It actually fell on like my exact day I was off, so I was like, "Ooh, I'm definitely gonna watch this and maybe do a video," which I did. So yeah, well, I mean, again, Phoenix, we can kind of blast through a lot of these. We won't even go through each announcement, but let's just talk about what you liked, what you didn't like, what you were expecting. Um,
Well, I mean, I had
yeah, so
no
just go
real
ahead.
expectations. And
Oh, I should.
Nintendo. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I should say that at the very beginning of this event, the announcer did say that all of these games are games that come out. Well, they ended up not being totally truthful because there were 2023 games in there, but for the most part, all of these games were games that are slated to come out this year. So that's just want to so you know these are all games that you should be able to play this year. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was saying, I mean, they kind of set expectations right on the beginning. So these are partner. It's a partner direct, so it's not going to
Yeah, it's
have
not
like
first party.
no first party. So right off the bat, I'm kind of thinking, okay, what's really under their belt there for partner stuff? And they had the obvious stuff like the Mario and Rabbids. I know was a fan favorite for a lot of people. I still haven't played the original. I always hear great things about it. I want to play it, but
Well, that one comes out the day before my birthday, so I definitely think sometime in September I think I'm going to stream the first one. I never finished it.
so I mean, there
Oh, go
was
ahead.
that. Oh no, I'm trying to think back.
Here, I'll pull it. Be
I'm looking at the quick list right now. Oh, nothing about there really jumped out like, man, I really want to play that. I mean, there's some cool stuff like it's got Near Automata on there finally, so that's
I've never
cool.
played that one.
I played part of it. I keep wanting to go back and play. It's just been a time issue for me, but it's fun. Um,
I
you
think
got
I've heard though that this isn't the place where you'd want to play near though. Isn't there like you can get good PC versions and
I mean, Near's on just about everything, or Near Automata. So I mean,
I would
it
want to
was
play
on
like a
Game Pass for a while. I think it's been removed, but you can find a copy of this pretty cheap for just about any console. So
yeah.
I don't know how well it's going to play on the Switch. I mean, I know that's always the question, but it probably will play fine enough. Um, what else? The Portal Companion Collection's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I played Portal so many times that
We
it,
definitely need to play Portal 2. We definitely need to do a playthrough.
I'd probably play it. It's been long enough since I played it. I might, bite the bullet and snag that again.
I'll
Um,
snag it if you snag it, as long as we can stream it.
the Persona stuff, I was glad to see come here. I know it's coming to Game Pass, but I think I'd actually
Hmm.
like to have that portable. So um, I'm actually more excited about seeing Persona 3 and 4 and whatnot on the Switch. I've really played through Royal, and that was a lot of fun. So 3 and 4 I've never touched, so those would be fun ones to get into.
Hmm.
And I think those
I
are the big
guess
ones.
there were some other cool things I really liked. A game, me, you, and my uncle, who is friends with us as well. I thought you guys would be super interested in maybe playing the new Bomberman when
I
it comes
knew
out.
you were gonna say that. Uh,
I
I
like the.
heard the last Super Bomberman R, which I think released
I
with the
remember it
Switch.
wasn't that good. It got bad reviews.
And I think someone had said that it's been patched a lot and improved. And I don't. Here's the thing, I've never played it, so I don't know. And I don't know how bad you could really mess up a Bomberman game. Yeah, its core, Bomberman is
I'm not spending
Bomberman.
$60 for Bomberman, but I'll pay
Yeah.
20, $30.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not going to launch at that.
I think that's cool. I mean, if it's still at its core just a decent Bomberman game, I wouldn't mind getting together with some buddies and play it. But I'm
Hmm.
not jonesing to do that because I feel like at its core it's going to be like every other Bomberman game. So I could just play one of the old ones. So I don't know.
Actually, what a lot of people thought was the biggest surprise announcement, which something that's actually, I don't know, kind of, it's right after this one. But I've actually never played. I'm not a big Mega Man fan, but this whole like Mega Man Battle Network collection thing apparently is kind of a big deal. It's like a bunch of Game Boy Advance games, all the
Yeah.
ones that were on there,
I haven't
all in one
played
like
these.
package.
I know it's almost more of like a Mega Man deck builder kind of thing, from my understanding. But I could be very
Really?
wrong. I mean, not maybe deck building is the wrong way, but you can see from the gameplay. I mean,
Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah.
yeah, it's not your standard Mega Man game. So I never really
Oh.
played them. I think I have one or two of them somewhere in the collection, but I haven't ever whipped them out. I'm terrible at Mega Man games just in general, so
Yeah.
this one didn't really pique my interest too much. But for those who are into it,
Mm.
it's cool. I like these big collections like this,
It
especially
looks
for
kind of
older
board
games.
gamey, like you were saying. It does look like a board game
Yeah.
type thing. But actually, since it transitioned, a game I actually really excited for, not excited, but I thought was kind of cool was this Pac-Man World repack game. Now I was kind of confused as to what this game is. I
It's a
think
remake of the first
it's
one.
a remake of the first one. Okay. But yeah, I played the first one. I think it was never a game I would finish, but it was a game back in the day I used to like replay the first few levels like over and over and over again.
Wasn't the first one
Even when I was
originally on the first PlayStation? I,
no,
I
first
think
one
the
was
first Pac-Man World was. Pac-Man World 2 was in like PS2 and Xbox.
whichever one was the first. Whichever one was the first one on Xbox PS2. That's the one I used to replay
I'm pretty
over and
sure
over.
that's Pac-Man
You could be
World
right.
2.
I'm
I'm gonna
not gonna
find
fight
out.
you on it. I don't know for sure. But yeah, like I said, it was never a game I would like finish or play it. It was just a game I would like continuously keep playing the first couple levels. I don't know, when you're a kid, that's good enough, replaying demos and levels and stuff.
Yeah, it was a
Um
PS1 game. I just checked.
okay, so but there was three on the PS2 Xbox generation, I think.
Yeah, I think in general there are three Pac-Man worlds. The first one was on the PlayStation 1, and then 2 and 3 were on the PS2 Xbox generation.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually not a big fan of the Pac-Man IP, but I don't know. I always enjoyed these games on the on those
Hmm.
consoles. Might be kind of a fun playthrough, see how it plays. Maybe I'll play it on stream or something to have that original game at some
So
point. What about you?
maybe. I mean, I'm kind of the same. I'm not. The only Pac-Man game I really liked was Pac-Man. Was it Championship Deluxe? That game was a
That was a
lot of
good
fun.
one. That was a good one, man.
So I want to ask, how do you feel about Sonic Frontiers? I know we never really talked about it, and it's got a lot of
Ooh.
hate over the past few months.
Um. Let me pull up some B-roll. I'll be honest. I'm not really interested. I've never been a big Sonic fan. I'm trying to think of a Sonic game that actually, I would say Sonic Adventure on the original Dreamcast is probably the only one I have any um like like favor towards, but I think that's purely nostalgia, just from that generation, because that was like the game on the Dreamcast everyone
Mm.
mainly remembers. But other than that game, I would say I actually think I did kind of enjoy that newer Sonic thing that came out on the Switch. What was that? That was like a remake, or it was like a combination of like the first
I talk
two
about
or three
Mania.
Sonic games. Mania. I
Hmm.
kind of liked Mania to an extent, but I don't know. Just for me, overall, the speed and overall gameplay of Sonic games has never been anything that draws me. I've always preferred Mario games.
Yeah, I'm
Not
not
that not
against
saying
that.
you have to choose between Mario and Sonic, but no.
From your, I know the big critique to this just looks bland. I think people liked this trailer more than what they showed initially,
This
but
trailer showed a lot more in terms of the world than previous trailers did. So, uh, I don't know. If I find it cheap, I'll play it. I don't know. That's kind of the way I am with games now. Where it's like, rather, well, sorry to the industry, but I find, me and you have been collecting games for a bit, so we find brand new games all the time for the cheap,
yeah.
in pawn shops and out in the wild. So if I find one for 20, $30, I'll pick it up. But I don't think this is a title I'm going to pick up day one or anything like that.
No, and I didn't think you would. I was just more curious, like if you had any strong feelings about the direction they're going with the open world or pseudo open world or anything like that.
I would think you would love it. It's Breath of the Wild with the with the
I
with
don't think it
the
really
Sonic
is.
in it.
I think people are just looking at it from an aesthetic standpoint. They're seeing some similarities there. I don't know. I mean, I'm pseudo open to it. I'm not against it by any means. But I've never played, a lot of the 3D Sonic games anyway, so I'm not. I don't have, a dog in either race, to be honest.
To me, it looks like this green pasture area is like the open world, and then maybe you Sonic uses that to transition to some of these other places.
Yeah, I heard it's like
I don't
open
know.
zones or something. So it's not like this is gonna be some giant world. I think you explore. You'll have little
Ah,
segments. You can do some things and move on
I
to other
forgot in
places.
Sonic that's the name of their levels. They're all zones.
Hmm.
Forgot about that. But yeah. So again, eh, 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 eh.
Anything else from the direct that really caught your attention?
I actually want to move on to one. It's not a big game, but I feel like it might be fun. I don't know if you'd be down sometime to possibly. 'Cause I think it's only a two-player, but this game called Blanc. It's a little like indie game or something
Yeah, I
that
saw
they
that.
announced. where you play like a fawn and I think a baby fox or something.
Hmm.
It just looks like a fun little two player. Hopefully, it's not that well, I don't want to say hopefully it's not long. I haven't played it yet, but I don't know. It at least looks like a fun little two-player game. Might be a fun stream or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't be
A little
opposed
bit
to it.
of like some puzzling and stuff, trying to stay alive in the snow.
Yeah, I like co-op puzzlers, so it's got a cool aesthetic to it. I'd be willing to check it out.
Anything else that really tickled my fancy? I guess there was more on Live Alive, which is a game that I don't know. I kind of want to play it still at
Hmm.
some point. I think this is that RPG where you go through like different time frames or
Yeah.
something. There's like time travel involved, different I don't know. It looks cool. It looks like a very Final Fantasy ish, type game. Um, Trying to think. Anything else that really popped out to me? I did notice they had an announcement for a Plague Tale Requiem.
Hmm. As a
Like
cloud
that's gonna be
version.
as a cloud version. Like I'm not quite sure what. Like, so is this like a different game, or is this that game that's just, or is this the same game running at like 480,
Well, it's not going to run at 480. It's just not going to run
720?
natively. It's going to be streamed. That's what cloud version is. Which means it's probably going to have some input lag, etc. And honestly, this is what people are actually. I don't know if you saw this, but people are furious because they announced, Near Automata for this as a native game, but people are comparing that to like Kingdom Hearts. I believe Near is a Square game, and so is Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts was released as a cloud game. People were like, okay, so you can get a fairly modern game like Near Automata to run natively on the Switch, but you can't give us a native version of what 20-year-old Kingdom Hearts games. Like people are furious about it because they got those cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts that play like crap, so they are not too keen about it. I don't know. It seems like
Oh,
just about any cloud implementation they've done on the Switch has been lacking. Which I mean, what are you gonna expect? It's streaming. I mean, it's based upon your network connection now. And although I am at its core a proponent for cloud streaming, it's still not there yet. It's not 100%. So I wouldn't want that to be
hmm.
my only way or primary way to play certain games. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess kind of I'm looking at the other titles, and I guess, oh, I guess there was Return to Monkey Island. I guess that was one that a
Did you
lot
ever
of
play
people.
any of those?
Nope, never played a single. I know they're old point and click games from
I
the
played the first
90s.
one on PC when I think I was in, man, it must have been elementary school or something. I don't remember much about it, but I mean, this looks cool. For those who are into it, I know they're pretty jazzed about it. For what it shows, it looks like it's pretty smooth. It's got a cool art style. So,
Hmm.
yeah, cool.
Might
Uh,
be interesting to try out. Again, it's doesn't look like a full price game I'd try out, but I don't know, maybe something slightly cheaper, something more budgety.
Fair enough.
Um, I don't
Well,
know.
that's all I
That
got
sounds
for the
funny.
Nintendo stuff. Like honestly, I mean,
Yeah,
it was all fine. I'm glad they get they kind of set expectations early on, but nothing in there is just immediately jumping out like, man, I can't wait to play that. I'm excited about the Persona stuff. Assuming I ever get time to play games like that again. Those are always long
there is
games.
now that I think about it, I guess there is kind of an ideal that I don't think there's necessarily a good or bad way of approaching it, but I'm noticing a lot of these events that are started by, some of these game companies. There really is no good way of putting that message out. Like, because there's a lot of people who've been complaining about how, like, okay, so you in this event at the beginning, you put that phrase out there of saying these games are all coming out. It's expectations again.
Right.
It's like these games are all coming out within 12 months. These are with by the end of the year, and it's like, is that the best way of doing it, or should you put the word out before, like a week in advance, letting people know, setting expectations? But then by doing that, you could affect how many people tune in and watch your thing because people are
I don't think it's going to affect
already.
TuneIn. Like, they're going to get plenty of views no matter what. I think, honestly, setting it, I mean, I don't think you should do it like too early. I think how they've done it has probably been fine. Here's the thing, if you set it too early, it gives people time to speculate a lot. And I think then they let their mind go crazy, and whatever expectations they tried to set, people's crazy thoughts want to kind of branch out of those expectations. So if you hit them quick and be like, hey, this is what it's going to be, and don't give them a lot of time to really think outside the box of what those confines of expectations are, hopefully it gauges it better. So I don't know. I think that's all fair. I think the way they ran this was fine. Does that
Mm-hmm.
mean that I'm still sad that we haven't seen any new stuff from Metroid or the new Zelda? Of course, but Nintendo does what
Where's
Nintendo wants.
where's that other game that's big? I know people Bayonetta. People have been they showed Bayonetta like 2 years ago or a year ago,
Yeah,
and
and
still
honestly, this would have been the time to do it because that's a third party, and people are all super concerned about it. I know the was it the producer of that game has been getting all mad 'cause people are like hounding him about when are you gonna tell us about
really
this
I didn't
game?
know that. I just know it's a major Nintendo, or I think Nintendo has the rights to it for like the first year or two or something now or something.
Yeah, yeah. I think the producer or the developer came out and was like, "Leave me alone. The game will come out when it's ready."
Oh,
Um,
sheesh.
which, to be fair, he's probably getting hounded, but I mean, hey, that's good. People are wanting to hear about your game and see your game. So
I was just gonna say that's not necessarily a problem. You should be happy that people are like,
I think though they were all like people were like coming up with ideas like, oh, this game's gonna get canceled, it's gonna do this, we haven't seen anything. The guy's just like, chill out, everything's fine, just
well, that's
wait.
that's why you need to do a better job
I,
giving updates,
I
trying to
don't
have
know if
some
that's
sort of.
necessarily you update too early, and like we've seen that before. A game shows their hand too early or it's too rough, and people are just like, ew, what's wrong with this game? What are you guys doing? So I think it's safer to when you've got your game packaged and presented the way you want, that's when you show it. And if it's not ready yet and he's not ready to, show what he's been working on, he shouldn't do it. I mean, honestly, you saw how that kind of went with Sonic Frontiers. Like, they
Mm,
showed their game in a way that wasn't favorable to everybody else. And granted, this game was much further along, I think, than maybe Bayonetta even was. But I don't know. You don't present it the right way. You present it early, and you're going to get a lot of negative fanfare. So I don't know. I trust them to release it when they're ready.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess just overall thoughts on this event. It was fine. I wasn't like totally blown away. There was a couple things here or there that I thought were decent. I don't know. What about you? Kind of the same boat.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's just kind of reeling from the fact that we didn't really get any big E3 like feels. I mean,
Yeah.
it was really lacking this year. I know it's been kind of lacking over the past couple of years, but I think it's really kind of settled in this like there's not that excitement right now. People are hoping that, these directs and, showcases.
Well, hold on. We got one more event to cover. Maybe
Yeah,
there
but
was
still,
something. Maybe
maybe I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but
I know. I'm just messing.
I don't know.
Um, I would say my big thing I took away is I was kind of looking at this event and hoping to find a reason to play my Switch in general, because there really hasn't been that many games as of late that I've like really wanted to play on my Switch. I was kind of hoping to see a couple things, and there's a couple things that are maybes, but there's nothing on there that's like, oh, this is definitely gonna give me a reason to use my Switch. Maybe the Mario and Rabbids game, but
Don't forget Pokemon's coming out end of the year. Like that's a couple of months away, to be honest. Was that November? It wasn't in this direct, but
are you
Pokemon's.
excited for that? Then?
I'm not super excited, but I know you're a Pokemon fan, and I know you're.
Yeah.
I mean that, and they'll get more information about it. Like, there's not a whole lot from this direct I'm super excited about. Nintendo's still got some big stuff coming that I'm looking forward to. Pokemon is a little up in the air. I mean,
To be
I'm
fair, Arceus was interesting because it was if it of the aspect that like we thought it was going to be something different. So for me, that one had more of an excitement. I think this upcoming game, as it turns out, it seems as though they're returning back to formula.
I don't
Back to
know. Not
formula.
necessarily back to formula. I don't know. It seems like it's a middle ground between the two. I know we're getting off topic a little bit, but it's open world in a different way than it has been before. You can go off in any direction you want. I think there's some level of co-op, isn't there?
Hmm, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure there's a way you could actually adventure with your friends, kind of thing. I mean, it feels like it's missing some of the features from Arceus that we were kind of digging. Like, I'm a little sad I haven't seen it yet, where they like sneak up and
The
chuck balls.
Pokeball. Yeah, I
And I'm
didn't
not
see that.
sure if at its core that's something I have to have or not. But I don't know. I am interested. Arceus did get me a little more back in favor of new Pokemon stuff. So maybe we'll see how this next one plays out. But I mean,
The
that's on the
same boat.
horizon.
I'm in the same boat. We'll see. It definitely. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out. I mean, you guys will definitely hear back from us because we're either going to be happy or I don't know. I still actually have been thinking that in the next few months I would like to play. I still haven't played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. and Pikachu. So
I
I
actually
want to play that on
just
stream.
started getting back into that with my daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because I have the Pokeball thing.
Yeah.
I want to play that on
I got
stream or
mine
something.
right here. Been charging it up. So.
Well, I want to play it on stream or something for the folks. So